Adventist vegetarian diabetics. Prove all things, hold fast that which is good. Incorporate intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is an eating pattern in which you cycle between periods of eating and fasting. Intermittent simply means not continuous. It's intermittent because the fast is less than 24 hours. Otherwise, 24 hours or more would be extended fasting. You can do intermittent fasting every day, every 24-hour period, if you want to, because you are breaking the fast for your food window. The most simplistic explanation of intermittent fasting is nothing, except water, between supper and breakfast. No bedtime snacking. Another pernicious habit is that of eating just before bedtime. When we lie down to rest, the stomach should have its work all done, that it, as well as the other organs of the body, may enjoy rest. Ellen White, The Ministry of Healing, Chapter 23. For several years, diabetes nutritionists recommended eating 6 small meals a day, with the rationale that this practice would keep the blood sugars stable. The reality is that eating that often keeps the digestive organs, including the pancreas, working overtime without a rest. It's such a relief to know that current nutrition science recommends 3 to 5 hours between meals and no snacks in between meals. The last meal of the day should be 3 to 5 hours before bedtime. You should never let a morsel pass your lips between your regular meals. The last meal should be 4 to 5 hours before your bedtime. Ellen White. Regularity in eating is of vital importance. There should be a specified time for each meal. At this time, let everyone eat what the system requires and then take nothing more until the next meal. Ellen White. Intermittent fasting, as described by Dr. Jason Fung, a Canadian nephrologist, means, at its most simplistic, eating or drinking nothing, except plain water, between supper and breakfast. The entry-level intermittent fasting might be 12-12, a 12-hour eating window and a 12-hour fasting window, such as ending supper at 6 p.m. and starting breakfast at 6 a.m. the next day. Then you can begin to extend the fasting and eating schedule to 16-8, an 8-hour eating window and a 16-hour fasting window. An example might be breakfast, or the first meal of the day to break your fast, at 8 a.m. and the last meal of the day to be finished by 4 p.m. Or you might have an early lunch at 11 a.m. and finish with supper by 7 p.m. Some people even do an 18-6 schedule, with an eating window of noon to 6 p.m., or 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., depending on your work, school, or household schedules. Intermittent fasting is perfectly safe for most healthy adults, including diabetics with no other major health issues. If you are on medications of any kind, please consult with your doctor before attempting to fast. Be sure to monitor your blood sugar closely, to make sure your fasting and pre-meal blood glucose stays in the normal range of 70 to 99 mg per deciliter, 3.8 to 5.6 millimoles per liter. At least 5 or 6 hours should intervene between the meals. And 2 meals a day are better than 3. Ellen White. We do not recommend fasting for children under 18, or for pregnant and breastfeeding mothers, unless you are under close medical supervision. Benefits of intermittent fasting: lower blood sugar, increased insulin sensitivity, lower cholesterol, lower blood pressure and resting heart rate, increased energy, increased brain function, weight loss, reducing overall inflammation. If you didn't know that Ellen White supports what we now call intermittent fasting, I recommend 2 excellent articles by author Dr. DeWitt S. Williams, who was diagnosed as diabetic and details his research and personal testimony. Williams, DeWitt S., ed. D., MPH. Ellen G. White and Intermittent Fasting, Spectrum, December 18, 2018. Williams, DeWitt S., ed. D., MPH. 2 are better than 3. Adventist Review, May 1, 2019. Some prefer to think of intermittent fasting as time-restricted eating. If you want a comprehensive reference source for fasting, we recommend The Complete Guide to Fasting, Heal Your Body Through Intermittent, Alternate Day, and Extended Fasting, by author Jimmy Moore and Dr. Jason Fung. Fasting, as described by Dr. Fung and Jimmy Moore, can be used with any dietary protocol and dietary lifestyle. What we recommend. Learn how to practice intermittent fasting and incorporate it into your life. Find the intermittent fasting formula and frequency that is right for you. Begin practicing as soon as you are comfortable trying it. Ideally, intermittent fasting should be practiced every day, or as often as you can make it fit into your life. Visit our website at AdventistVegetarianDiabetics.com. Follow our blog at AdventistVegetarianDiabetics.com/blog posts. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/AdventistVegetarianDiabetics. Copyright by Adventist Vegetarian Diabetics.